All right, so we have the Los Angeles Rams against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Rams are at home, but as you know, the Rams don't usually have home field advantage there, especially when teams from California, like the 49ers and the Raiders, when they used to play in Oakland, and they have a lot of fans already in that area. So I'm guessing it's going to be probably 70% Rams, 30% Raiders, and it won't feel like much of a home game. Current spread is -6.5 at DraftKings for the LA Rams. And the Raiders are kind of in disarray with everything going on. They had to trade Davante Adams. They're still playing O'Connell for a quarterback, and he's not been great. But the Rams at the same time have a lot of injuries. They still have that injured offensive line. They have two receivers. Although I saw Cooper Kupp maybe practicing, but I don't think he's going to be ready for this game this weekend. The points per game for both teams are pretty even. Both defenses have been played awful this year, and they're both giving up a lot of points per game, 28.3 for the Rams, 29.5 for the Raiders. So if the Raiders can keep up with them, because I think the Rams should be able to score a lot on the Raiders, and I just don't know where the head is for the players in the Raiders after Adams got traded. And you also have the news that Tom Brady is reaching out to Bill Belichick to see if he's interested in coaching for the Raiders, and that would tell you that Pierce might be leaving after he got that contract in the offseason, which would be pretty wild. But in the NFL, they don't care about the money they owe these coaches. They just cut them, even if it's been only 1 year. Let's just go straight to total expected points is -11.9 for the Rams last four games. We got the Raiders at -12.6. And that would leave us, based on that, a 0.7 spread. So let's just say 0.5 towards the Rams. The Rams would still be the favorite, but with a 0.5 spread, that would probably be close to even in the sports book. Um, Based on that, you shouldn't really bet it unless you think, if you'd like to take the dogs, which I have sometimes. But in the NFL, 80% of the teams that win do cover, so you much rather take the team you think is going to win. And 80% of the time, if that team does win, they will cover. Let's scroll over the game cards. We have a projection of 53.5% chance for the Rams to win. We got a -2 spread, and the Rams being the favorite. That is points per game and for offense and defense mixed together. And we scroll across the game card, and there's a lot to like for the Raiders, where passing yards should be higher, passing yards per attempt should be higher, rushing yards attempt, and yards per attempt. The only thing I have going for the Rams is points per play, and the Raiders is only 2.9, so they're close. That's not a big difference. Expected points for just offense and defense. It tells you should pick the Raiders. That does not take into account special teams, which the Rams have not been good on this year. Or no, the Raiders have not been good on. The Rams have been a little better. And yards per play, Rams should be higher. Turnovers should be less for the Rams. Total expected points, we already went through that. And point differential is currently even. So this is looking at a pretty even game with two teams that are both in interesting spots. The Raiders, as I said, with the trade of Davante Adams, maybe just axing Antonio Pierce. They have the O'Connell as their quarterback, and he hasn't looked great so far, even though he's a Tom Brady fan. Uh, and the Rams have injuries on the offensive line, wide receiver still, and the defense has been terrible. Me, this is a no bet for me because I just don't trust the Rams. And if you decide to gamble on this, I hope you win. And my name is Jordy, watching Betman Sports Betting, and I'll see you in the next video.